Welcome to Lolly Love and Life. I am so glad that you have taken the time to jump in and listen. So I had talked about doing my podcast at least twice a week, and I've noticed that I have let some weeks go by. Yes, I fell out of a good rhythm that I had going. Building a new habit is not always easy. And you let life get in the way and you just make up excuse after excuse and you don't do it, right? I'm back. I don't want to be that way. I want to be here. Like I said, Tuesdays and Thursdays are going to be my podcast day. Gonna do it. Got it on the calendar. And you just do it, right? So thank you guys for hanging out and waiting for me to come back. And for those that have listened, I so appreciate you guys. What I said before in this podcast is that I want you to get to know who I am through the struggles, through the excitement, the happiness, the sadness, whatever I have gone through, and that I may inspire other women who find themselves in an abusive relationship, that knowing there is light on the other side of that they can get out of what they're in. They don't have to stay in such a relationship that is destroying who they are. Once you're there, it's very hard to leave. I know, I've been there. And when you come out of it, it takes time to find who you were and who you are, because you've been torn down in so many different ways. So yes, that's why I'm here. I want to inspire others to know that life is more than where you're at. So we were talking about my sweet kids. I had four children, 2 by my new marriage and 2 of my own. And I had moved back to Georgia, got myself established after my divorce. Things got kind of hairy with me, was sick for a while, got better, and decided I wanted to start dating. Oh boy, was that crazy. I decided, here I am. I'm going to do the dating app, do one of those dating app things and see who's out there. And so I joined one of those. I think it was like near the holidays, so it's some downtime. And I joined the dating apps and started meeting some people, and it just felt so weird. And it didn't feel comfortable. And I had my mother on speed dial, and I had her timing to call me at a certain time when I was out with somebody to dinner. And I drove myself, never let anybody pick me up. And it just never felt right. And so I thought, you know what? I don't like this. I don't like the dating app. It just feels too weird. And so I decided to place my own ad in the Atlanta Constitutional newspaper online. And I didn't put it in the want ads. Or the dating ad or whatever there was, but I just put it out there. And I had several sweet letters come in. I went out with one guy on a Friday night. We knew, had a nice dinner. And then I had this gentleman answer my email, my ad, and he sent a message and he said, he'd like to meet. And I said, how about Sunday? Come to my dad's church. My dad's a pastor, and come meet me there. And he agreed. And I was super pumped. I thought, this is cool. We'll get to meet at church. It's good common ground, and my family there. So he pulled in, and I was a nervous wreck, always nervous in meeting somebody. And when he pulled in, I just looked at him. I was like, wow, are you sure? And so he came in with me. We sang in church together while we were standing there holding the hymnal. It just felt so right. And I remember looking up in the choir, and one of my dear sweet friends looked at me, and she's like, he's the one. And I'm like, yeah, I think so. And it's weird how you can know something so fast, but we did. We actually knew right away that something was right. And so we had a wonderful church service, and then we decided, he said, I want to take you to lunch. We can go ride to the mountains because it was a beautiful day, hike a little bit. And my mom's like, okay, stay in touch, because here's this strange man taking her daughter off in a car somewhere. But it was like I wasn't scared. I wasn't nervous. It felt right. And so we jumped in the car and we took off, and we ate at the $3 cafe, had a great, great lunch. And then we took off up to the mountains, and we hiked and we drove. And on the way back, we thought, hey, let's stop for a movie, because we didn't want the day to end. We both were kind of enjoying it very much. And so my mom, and meanwhile, had called several times, like, okay, are you okay? What's going on? She thought we were coming back that night for church. And though we went to the movies, I think we saw Angels or something with John Travolta. We did that, and then we thought, hey, let's stop for Starbucks after. And we stopped, had coffee, and then we headed on back. Well, it was close to 11 o'clock by the time we got back to my mother's. She was not happy. She's like, where have you been? Why are you not answering your phone? And I had, but I wasn't answering every single time that she called. And so we got there, and we sat for a few minutes with my mom, and she was calm and felt great and okay about everything. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to go by Walmart and pick up this radio that I promised my daughter for Christmas, because she was coming home the next day on Monday from being out visiting her dad. And he's like, you're not going to Walmart this late. So he met me there, went in with me, helped me pick out the radio system for her. And then we said our goodbyes there. He's like, I'm not going to talk to you on Monday. That way you can be with your daughter coming in, and we'll just catch up on Tuesday. I said, okay. And so I went home on cloud 100,000. I mean, it wasn't cloud 9. It was way up there. I'm like, Lord, is this real? I mean, he is amazing. And so the next day I got up and went and picked up my daughter. And unfortunately, the first thing I said to her was, you had an animal pass away, and I've met the man I'm going to marry. And she just looked at me like, what? I've only been gone a week, Mom. And I said, I know, but I've met the man I'm going to marry. And so we had a great day together, had Christmas because she had been gone. And the next day, my phone rings, and he wants to take me out Tuesday night to a worship service that he had been going to on Tuesday nights. And I said, I'd love to. And we had the best time. It was just, when you connect with somebody, you just know. And we had a great service, went to dinner, came home, and it just started from there. And I will continue on telling you, because, that truly changed my life from that point on, knowing that, yes, I was worthy of love again. Yes, I was a good person, and not the person I thought I was, not worthy of having anybody in my life. After that date, we were inseparable. We knew 2 weeks after we started dating that we were going to get married. And we started telling our family. And he met the rest of my family, and we just started planning. I asked my dad if he would marry us, and we chose the date March 28th. Guess what's coming up, y'all? March 28th. And it's 25 years we're fixing to celebrate. How precious is that? I just never thought I would have the privilege of being in such a blessed, God-given marriage that I'm in. I celebrate it daily and thanking him and praising him for bringing Tim into my life when I was at the lowest of my life. And I just cannot thank God enough. So you will follow me now through this journey of being with this amazing man, and just a little bit about our life and what we've been going through and the things we've done, and that the Lord has blessed us and enabled us to do. And I hope that you will hang out and listen and be a part of it, because we have a lot of fun. And, people always ask, how do you stand being around your husband all the time? You're always with him. Hey, he's my best friend. And I love every minute that I get to be with him. So, yeah, we do our own thing sometimes. He's in there recording, or I'm outside doing stuff, or I go meet friends for lunch. We have our time, but we rather be together than be apart. I'm excited to share that I'm working on some future podcasts to have some guests with me, and we'll learn more about that as we get the details worked out. But thank you guys for dropping by.